which is sustainably. Right? It's an adverb. The adjective is sustainable. And it has to do with living a certain lifestyle which allows generations to come to also continue living in a relatively comfortable way. So that's what sustainability, right, is about. And to live sustainably is to allow other generations to do that. By the way, do we know this word, carbon footprint?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It's like, I don't know, if you use a car, all the pollution that it lets in the world, it leaves like a mark. It's like huella de carbono.
Yes, very good. It's a way of measuring one's impact on the world, right? And the more carbon dioxide you produce, the worse or the bigger your impact is, right? So every time you use a computer, turn on a light, eat certain products, buy certain products, buy a car, right? It all leaves a mark in terms of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas, which is not necessarily bad. It doesn't really do anything. But when it accumulates up in the atmosphere, it contributes to something called the greenhouse effect, which is basically making the world warmer, which in turn makes us have this really strange weather that we've been having. Okay. Anyways, that's one of the words that's come up here. Slavery footprint. Have you guys ever heard that? Okay. Certain products that we buy, you have to make them, and you have to make them somewhere. And some companies aren't very conscious of where this labor comes from. Okay. So certain products that we buy actually have a component of human rights violations and stuff like that because of the labor that's involved in making them, right? So it has to do with that, with how much how many products you buy that have to do with that sort of labor. Now, are there any of the technologies that we see here, techniques that we're not familiar with, that we don't know about? No. Do we know what this is called?
Yeah. Well, in English.
No. Not in English. Okay. It's a solar water heater. Solar water heater. Okay. How about the houses over here, right? The windmills. Windmills, right? Wind as in viento, mill as in molino, right? Windmill. We also have a water filtration system over here. Gray water. Gray water. Have you guys ever heard of gray water? Right? It's the water that we use to like wash our hands or wash clothes or maybe wash yourselves. That can be reused, recycled, right? And maybe to water plants or stuff like that. There's some houses that actually include systems. Bless you.
Thank you.
We have an air car over here as well. We have a dry or composting toilet. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes.
Okay. It's a toilet that transforms waste into dirt eventually. Okay. Right? And it doesn't use any water. Now some people are put off because all your stuff is there. Okay. Basically, but apparently it doesn't smell bad because every time you go you have to throw like
acerrín.
Yes, sawdust or wood chips or hay or something, and then this helps the process. Anyways, any other questions? No? Okay. Did I already tell you about the quiz that we're having on Monday?
Yes.
Yes. Exam on Wednesday. Yes. Homework. I told you about this.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up these. Now, this oral assignment is going to be a little bit different from other ones that we've had because you guys are going to have to speak for 6 minutes continuously together, right, not individually. And I expect you guys to use a lot of these words that we use for like agreement, agreeing, disagreeing, right? So I think, I agree, I don't agree with you. That's sort of language between the three of you. Now these questions are prompt questions. That means that they will help you start speaking, right? But I don't want you to just read the questions to each other because that isn't the assignment.
Okay.
Right? Now I'll give you a second to just read over them, right? And when you guys are ready, let me know, and you'll have 6 minutes. So just read over them first. guys have 6 minutes for this assignment. Go ahead.
I think that the image of the compost it's like something you can do, and it's not that hard to do. But also it's like important to do it because that way you don't like just throw garbage, you reuse it.
Yes, I agree with you, and also I think that instead of using a car, you can transport by using a bike because it also reduces the pollution and
It's healthy.
yes.
But now they are cars that can
Work
work with
air.
things that don't that contribute to the planet.
Well, I agree, but I don't because I think that even though it's good, like to the environment, it will be better if we use, like Natalia says, bicycles. Because if you go like to another country, you can see how people prefer to ride a bike than use a car because, well, it's cheaper, and even though it's not faster, but you contribute to the environment and to your health also. So it's like a win-win.
Yes. Well, I think here in Tech, we can use the wine meals
Yes.
because that way we can start like with the light and all the energy that we use and making it like less
Harmful. I think that also, well, for what I've seen in tech, we also use the thing of the water that we reuse it, like for all the fields and all the small pieces of garden. They use like water that have been already used. So I think that's really good for environment. But I don't think that the toilet it's a good idea because, well, I don't know. I think that it's not hygienic, or well, maybe it is, but I don't think that I would use it or I enjoy using
I wouldn't like to
it.
use
Yes, me neither.
Um, we also use the thing of separate the garbage, but
Yes.
we use it like wrong because nobody respects.
Mm.
I think we used to the one with the plants in the boxes. In architecture, we can see the boxes near food station, and it's a good idea for helping the planet.
Well, at my house we use the thing of separating garbage, and also the one of reusing the water and the compost. And I think that's really good because that helps to make things easier, not just for you, but also for the environment, because that way you take a little bit of all the garbage that you do and you reuse it for something good, like for plants or stuff. So I
Sorry,
think
you have 2 minutes. Continue.
What I think is good is the
solar panel.
yes, because I think it reduces the cost of the light and all the things. So
I agree
I
with
think
you.
it's expensive. Well, when you buy it and all of that, but I think it's a good idea also.
I believe that it's sustainable and it's like something you can do to live this way because it's something that isn't that expensive, or well, it's expensive, but you will pay just once and you won't have to be paying and paying like for the light or stuff. So I think it's something good to do.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
What-
Another minute.
What do you think about the reuse of water here in Tech?
I think it's a very good way to help our environment and help tech economy because we save water and nowadays water is very expensive.
I agree with you.
I think there are a lot of ways to take care of our environment, and they are easy also. So we don't have to live in a house like this or have this. We
The taste.
just need to do little things that can change a lot.
I think you are right.
Okay, I'll let you guys. You can